Hey guys, it's Kevin with Spirit of Twilight again. Today I'm going to be wrapping this blue aura quartz, and it is a round stone with a flat back. So I'm going to go ahead and do that today, and I'm going to be wrapping it in raw copper. Now, this was a stone that I previously wrapped, and I wrapped it in solid 925 sterling silver. And it's on my website, and every time I looked at it, I cringed. I didn't like it at all. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrap this and do it in copper. Kind of give it an Atlantis feel, if you would. So like Journey to Atlantis, the ride at SeaWorld, at least down here in Orlando it is, or Atlantis the movie, which you've seen from Disney. Thus, my design concept for this particular stone. So, I'm scrapping the sterling silver. Unfortunately, that is a loss of money. And this is one of the reasons why, excuse me, I tell everybody who watches my channel, don't start off with sterling silver. Don't start off with raw copper. They can be expensive. Start off with your basics wires you can buy at Michael's or Amazon that are anti-tarnish, and they're not that expensive, but they're good wire to start off with, to have a copper core. Do not buy the tin. The tin is horrible, in my opinion. So we're just going to work with this, with what we have. So I have 3 pieces of 18 gauge copper, and this is a 22 gauge raw copper that I'm using for my design concept. And I'm just making the bottom portion of the stone as we speak. And I'm just going to cut that off really fast and secure it into place. Again, one of the reasons why I did this is because I just looked on my website, and I'm like, I really don't like the way this stone looks. It doesn't look professional. It doesn't look like my quality of work, of my ethics. So I wanted to redo it. I really did. So we're going to go ahead and wrap the stone. Take our wire and go around the stone like so. Okay. And these rounded wires or rounded stones can be a little bit tricky to work with. So sorry, my allergies are going crazy today for some reason. The funny thing is I just cleaned the house. So, take these wires, wrap it around the stone, like so. And then, once you have your front wires in place and everything is pinched together, turn the stone over, take your back wires, and pull it over the top of the flat back piece. So everything will stay in place once you create your bail. There we go. Okay, so now the stone actually has a little bit of something to sit in, but it's not entirely encased in a setting yet. So we're going to push these together. And I'm going to take that wire that I just used and create a very simple bail. 4 times around. Push it down as far as you can. And take the lower portion of the bail with the smaller tail wire. Wrap it around very gently. And push that wire into place. There we go. Now, as you've noticed, I'm not keeping this one flat like I normally do. And the reason being is because this stone is so round that it's really hard to do so. Okay, so I'm going to move these back wires up a little more now that I have it in a setting, per se. Okay, make sure the wires are good. And we're just going to take some of these wires and pull them down. Push this down a little further. Make sure that is snug. There we go. And it is a very, very pretty stone, I will say that. So being that I'm not working with a lot of wire for the bail, I'm just going to do 2. So we'll pull all these down, hold the bail of the base, or base of the bail, rather, in place. They're wrapped out a few times. Okay. Then I'm just going to do a basic basket weave on this one. And this is something that you probably seen a lot of people do. Wrap 2 times, cross over, the opposite directions, wrap 2 times. The same thing, back and forth. Okay. And a lot of people use this just because it makes a very clean appearance. I also do others. But this one, for me, because of how pretty and simple final wire, make sure it's wrapped around a snug against your main base wire so nobody gets nicked. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to move this forward and bend these back. Like I said, this is going to be an open back bail, so the 2 wires are going to be bare. They're not going to be excuse me, covered by a weave. I think I'm going to go take some allergy medicine after this video. My voice is starting to fail me. Okay, so open back bail. Take these 2 wires from the bail, tuck them in underneath, pull them gently forward, like so, and wrap them around. Now I'm going to take the 2 wing wires, which are my side wires, and I'm going to include them in that wrap. Okay? Because now that I have all the wires bent, the bail is now set in place, and the setting is also set in place. So we're going to move these wires in the front closer to the front, so there is some tension on the stone from the front and the back. Then I'm also going to take the back 2 wires and I'm going to crimp them, and I usually wait to the end, but this stone is so smooth and so round on the front, I really, really, really want to make sure that it's holding good in place. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty good. Alright, so let's take our 2 wings, spread them out again. Now we're going to wrap those bare bail wires around the wings one more time. Just so we can make sure that they are secured in place and nothing will happen to them. Go. Okay, now we can cut those off. Close to the wire as you can. Like so. And we're just going to finish those off by closely wrapping them around the wing wires, or wing wires. Whew. Now that one is a little long, so let's chop that again. Make sure it's tucked in. There we go. Okay. So now we have our wings and our stone is in the setting. Okay. And our wing wires are on the outside. Just gonna take those and straighten those out really quick. Just so I have a consistent product in the end and no squiggly wires if I don't intend to have them. Okay, so I'm gonna take this first wire here and bend it around into a spiral. Like so. And take my rounded nose plier. Create that little piece. There we go. So now our little spiral's in place. Okay. And then I'm going to take this first wire here. And I'm going to wrap it around the perimeter of the setting. And I'm going to tuck that in place right here. There we go. Okay. Our second wire, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to cross over where I just tucked that other wire in. And this wire, I'm going to make another spiral. And the spirals are really easy to make once you get the hang of it. At first, it can seem a little daunting, but it does take practice. Okay, that's sticking out, so I'm going to pull that up and then just push that into place so I know that whoever purchases this panda is going to be safe. Then I'm wrapping this one over the others so I can secure it in place. And then I'm going to take it through the bare backing of the bail. And I'm going to crimp that into place. So we're just going to make a little loop like so. Oh, no, that's secure. And that was it for this pendant. This pendant is very simple, very easy. It's a good one to start off with, but definitely it looks absolutely beautiful. And that's it for today. So thank you so much for joining me. Go ahead, click on like, subscribe, all that fun jazz, share my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.